Corvette ever made. The iconic 7-liter Corvette Z06 was a landmark car of its time. So today we're in my buddy's Z06. Now the reason why the Z06 was such a crazy landmark car is because it kept up and usually beat a lot of the exotics of its time period. It's a 7.0 liter Corvette, naturally aspirated unlike the C7 Corvettes, but it was no slouch. It can almost keep up with the Z06's currently, and when it came out in 2006 with a 3.5 0 to 60 time, it was the working man's sports car. All right, so this is one of my best friends, Marco, and he owned this car for about a year, is that correct?
Yeah.
So he recently sold his 5.0. He had a great, beautiful colored blue 5.0. So going from Mustang to Corvette, how was that transition? What did you think about that?
I think the Corvettes are equipped with a lot like torquier engine. There's more power available all over the place. Also, the transmission is completely different. MT82 compared to the T56 is a world of a difference. I'm not really getting locked out of any gears ever. I don't think I've missed a shift in this car once. The Mustang was constantly missing gears, constantly just giving me a headache with the cheap, transmission. And this engine just feels a lot better all around, and excited to see how it reacts to some mods.
So displacement-wise, this is the largest V8 ever produced, and horsepower-wise, it is just under the GT350, but they drive completely different. This is like a cannon, where the GT350 is like a slingshot. Marco's driven both of them. Can you kind of tell us a little bit about the difference?
Yeah, the GT350 is a great car. Definitely handles better than this. It's a lot more planted. It's like on rails, but the power bands are completely different. This power band's a lot more punchy and kind of in your face. And the GT350's, it doesn't really have much torque down low, anything under 5K. But once you really ring it out, it's got a lot of power. But this one's more peppy around town, but the 350 definitely pulls hard up top.
So what do you have done to this specific car? I know it's mostly stock, but what about either cosmetics or exhaust work you have done?
I got Cook's axle backs on there. And anything else is done is aesthetic. I got a carbon wing, carbon splitter. I got gloss black side skirts, black badges, just basic tints and stuff. And I'm planning on doing some motor work, heads, cam, headers, stuff like that this spring.
So to do a little walk around of this vet, just to kind of show you guys what we've got going on here. For the most part, this is stock, but there's a lot of aesthetic things going on here. We have this beautiful front splitter, which I would be very careful if you're purchasing one of these, because it's really easy. This car is already very low, so it's really easy to hit something or damage this. So if you're putting a lot of money into a front splitter, just think about that. We have the C7 wheels over here, the C7 Z06 wheels to be exact, and I think they look really nice on this C6, and it really gives it a nice black and red combo. Along the side here, we have these wonderful looking side skirts. But actually a big problem with a lot of these side skirts on the Vet is that you get little tiny rocks and things that get stuck in there. and they're very, very, very hard to clean down there. So that's definitely a drawback of having these, is that they're super hard to clean and maintain, with rocks and little tiny particles of dirt getting shoved in there because you're so close to the road. The rear end is probably my favorite profile of this vehicle. It's got a beautiful side body line and pairs nicely with these aftermarket taillights. And for your ears, we do have the Cook's exhaust in the back. This vehicle is painted. The top and B pillars right here are both painted black, along with these tinted windows to kind of give it a cleaner all-around look. I think it looks much better than the red that originally came on this. To go over a little bit of the interior, it's a pretty nice interior. It's no C7, and the C6 did get kind of bogged a little bit for that. GM was, I don't want to say harassed, but there were some customers that wanted more luxury items, but it is very nice. It's not a super luxury car, but that's not what it is. It's a Corvette. It's not a luxury vehicle. The interior is pretty standard as Vets go. You do have this beautiful Z06 stitching, along with, these are very comfortable bucket style seats. We do have this cool red shift knob to match the exterior, and just your pretty standard setup and cockpit view, if you will. All right, so I am very nervous. I am now behind the wheel of a 2006 Z06. Again, Marco, thank you for trusting me with your baby.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, so we're gonna take it extremely slow. I'm gonna move the seat up just a tad.
Yeah, do what you need to do.
One of the things about driving this is that I'm used to like paying attention for potholes and things, but this is like another level of that.
Come out a little left, and then so you can angle it. Yeah, and then just angle it.
Yeah, this you have to like always pay attention to that. So that was the first to fourth right there, that shift. GM has this thing where if you're taking it easy from out of first gear, it'll shift you straight from first to fourth.
Isn't your blood pumping just sitting?
No, dude, my blood is pumping, man. Yeah. So I really don't get a chance to drive like super nice cars. The nicest car besides this that I've driven, I think, would be Troy's C5. I'm also not used to this clutch being this, or a clutch being this like stiff, if you will. Okay. I also really like the heads-up display.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. You put it in forward,
Yeah, the heads-up display
this thing, which is like, you know, racing.
So you can rev it out like to. That's suspension on this road. Michigan Road Beach Club.
Yeah. So I'm granny shifting it really. I'm not taking it.
Yeah, you don't want to be.
That wasn't even. I don't think that was past 4.
No, if you gotta really get into it to get over $5,000. Like my dad drove it and he didn't even get near $4,000 because you feel like you're at red line at $5,000.
Yeah, you know. And I'm also like, everything I drive, for the most part, that's where I should be shifting.
Yeah.
Like, that's about where I should be shifting.
Yeah, $7,000 is high for a small block that has this much displacement. So it definitely feels weird ringing it out to 7. Especially because first goes to 60, second goes to 90, so you don't feel like you should be going that fast in second gear when you're at red line. You're going almost 100 at the top of second.
Let me see if I can give it a tap.
Definitely wait till it's straight.
Oh yeah, for sure. I drive a Mustang. I'm used to only being able to go fast, right?
Hold it and
That'll definitely get the blood pumping.
I want you to like put it in second. Put a second.
This is 4th.
Okay, now slowly get up to like $4,000. Like don't like hit it. Like just bring up the RPMs. Like speed up.
Yeah.
Get up to like $4,000, and then like when you get the $4,000, hit it and pull it to like red line.
Oh my god. Like after $4,000,
You're short shifting something a lot.
I'm definitely short shifting a lot, but it's because like I'm like I don't want to push it to the max. Like
Go straight. But what I want you to do though is just to feel it. Don't worry about third, like banging in the third. Just put it in second, like rev it up to $4,000, stick it, put it all the way to $7,000, and then just put it in neutral.
Okay.
Don't like bang it in the third because that's just too much right now. I just want you to get like I want you to actually feel the power rev.
Okay.
Because you haven't got past $5,000 yet.
I think I thought I was
It was like 55 tops on that pull.
Yeah.
And that was the most you're ringing out so far. It's like the 350. It's like you gotta like you gotta get the person to dig into it.
Yeah, I'm not used to doing
Put
that.
in a second. And just kind of chill in a second. Let some room for it.
Yeah, get some room before we go the speed limit.
Yep. And then you just put it in neutral after the pull, but get it up to like $4,000, and then once it's at 4, just hit it.
There's like no way that I could not put a smile on your face.
Yeah, it's pretty wicked.
Do you have a light up here that tells you when to shift?
There's a tachometer on the heads-up display, but
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a necessary.
I don't know. Something
The thing in the bottom left, it gets it expands. So yeah, it's kind of a light.
Yeah, something like lit up for like like right as I was like.
It's the thing in the bottom left. It looks like a fuel gauge. The fuel gauge is actually all the way on the right, and then the bottom left has this little like gauge that's like empty right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Turn left here, by the way, because you're at lower RPMs, and then when you get near red line, it like fills up, and that's like basically the shift light. But it's not really a light because it's the same color as everything else on the heads-up display. It's kind of a shift indicator, let's say.
That was 6. Oh, we got a little squirrely there.
Yeah, those tires froze.
Hey, you're right. Your hands get so like,
Because you get so
sweaty,
nervous.
and you're so like,
Yeah.
man, this is like this is a driver's car for sure.
That's how I feel. I try to tell people I've driven a C7. Nothing's this raw. This thing's raw.
All right, guys, that's gonna be all for this video. Thanks to Marco so much for letting me drive this. Please hit subscribe. I'm gonna put a link to his Instagram. He has an Instagram just for this car. If you want to check it out, I'll put that down below. And guys, please hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate a like as well. So I hope to see you in the next video.